everybody, Kelly McDaniel here, and we are going to discuss Liquid Touch Foundation. This is Younique's, like, one of the #1 sellers with Younique, okay? And I'm going to show you how this bottle is going to transform this face, okay? So, always whenever you get a new bottle, do this. Unscrew the cap, and it's like a medicine dropper, and you squeeze everything that's out of the dropper, and then you shake it up, okay? I use the palm of my hands, and then we shake. So before we do any of that, the videos that I've been doing, you always have to prime your face before you start your makeup routine, okay? So today we're going to use the, because it's quick and fast, we're going to use the Behold Setting Spray as primer. Now, while we're going to talk a little bit about, I'm going to let this dry, and we're going to talk about how to apply this. This Liquid Touch Foundation dries as a powder. Yes, I said that correctly. Dries as a powder. So, powder. I say that wrong. So, we're going to do two different things with it, okay? So, we're going to do some of the, stuff is dropping. We're going to do a little bit of it with the pat technique, the patting technique, and then we're going to use a brush, okay? So I'm going to show you both ways. It is your choice, your skin type. It just depends on what works for you, whether you want to use a brush or a sponge, okay? So there's 19 different shades of this Liquid Touch Foundation. It dries as a powder. I've already said that. It's very weightless, and it's very buildable. You can add concealer to it to add more coverage. You can add one of our pressed powders to get more coverage to it. We also have loose powder that you can add to give you more coverage. We also have a setting powder. If you don't, this is translucent, so if you don't need any extra coverage, you can do the Behold translucent setting powder. Or you can mix it with the BB Flawless that I talked about in the video that I just did earlier. So let's get started. Now, there is texturing agents. Somebody's texting me. There is texturing, I can't say that very well. Texturing agents that is associated with this Liquid Touch Foundation, okay? It will refine and refinish the appearance of skin's surface so it never looks dull or flat, okay? Now, I'm going to use the brush. This is our Liquid Touch Foundation brush. And I'm going to use 3 drops, okay? Now, this is why I'm going to talk about how it's buildable. Only use 3 drops to start out with. If you need more, you can add more, but do not use more than that, okay? I'm telling you, ladies, do not use any more than that. This also is going to blur some imperfections that I have. This is a medium coverage. It's not a light coverage. It's a very medium coverage. I would not say this is a full coverage, medium to full. I'm going to just go with medium all around. And this is how I apply it, okay? I get it all over my face. And then I'll show you the pat method, okay? So this is the Liquid Touch Foundation brush. I used this in the video that I just did before with the BB cream. It has a pivot hole right here. Pivot. It has I laugh every time I say that word. It has a pivot right there, and it's a hole. And I do not put the Liquid Touch down in that because it will go down in it. I feel like that's for the BB cream. If you do want to purchase this brush, put the liquid around. If you can see it. See that? Put the liquid around. Don't put it down in there, okay? All right. We're going to just the swirl method, go up underneath your eye. I should have done half my face, but I have some before pictures. I took a before picture because I'm doing lots of videos today. I'm going to be like doing one and then quitting, then doing another one. Now, I do know that some people use a beauty blender, and I'll show you how they do that as well. This also has a marine-based algae extract that gives you the skin that's firming. Look at that coverage. Now, it is going to dry as a powder, okay, ladies? Like, it's going to dry as a powder. I need to repeat that again. This is not liquid. It is liquid when it first goes onto your face, but it dries as a powder. And it's not a dewy finish. It's a very matte finish. The BB cream that I did before is a dewy finish. This is a very matte finish. You need to use a brush to put this on, or a beauty blender. Let me tell you why. Do not use your fingers. I know a lot of people used to use that. I'm not going to say any names, but the I'm not going to say old Tommy, because I used to use it too in high school. And you used to do this, and you would put your finger over it, and then you would put your finger like this, and you'd rub it in. I'm going to tell you to not do that anymore. Do not do that with this. You will not get the coverage that you want with this Liquid Touch if you use your fingers. Now, always use a brush. You can also use a big fluffy brush if you have one. Like this big fat ones, you can use one of those if you like. It's not going to drop down in there. I know it's a liquid, but as soon as you put it on there, just start applying it. You can also use this powder puff brush. This is a powder concealer brush. It's like a 2-in-1. I love this brush. This is one of my favorites. But I use the liquid brush because normally this is the one that I use, okay? So I'm going to talk a little bit about that padding effect. So shake this up a little bit more. And I do know people that put their liquid on like this, okay? So they add a little bit to their... Now, you're going to add more, of course, if you're going to do your whole face like this. But... And this is kind of where they put their liquid on with their finger. But I don't like doing that. I don't like touching my face like that. Like, it's just me. It's a personal preference thing. And then they take and dampen their brush, their blending bud. Some people call it a blending bud. Some people call it a beauty blender. It's whatever you want to call it. And then they do the patting method. Okay? So, you hear my pat, pat, pat. And it doesn't give the rubbing effect that you kind of have. It's still going to dry the same. You're probably still going to, I don't do it this way because I can't really say. You're probably going to get the same amount of coverage as what I did. I don't like it on my hands or my fingers. So... I do not like to touch my face. But if you do it this way, if you take the dropper and you apply it to the sponge, you're not going to get the same effect either. You're not going to get the same, you're not going to get the coverage that you want out of this. So if you apply the Liquid Touch Foundation the wrong way, you're going to send it back to your presenter and you're going to be like, I hate this. Like, I don't like it. It's not for me. The coverage is not much, or it's too much. And also we need to talk about not applying too much. All of Younique's products are made to apply. Little goes a long way. Like I say that all the time. A little bit goes a long way. So these products are buildable. So you can put a little tiny bit on. I use 3 drops and then I do not use any more. Now, if you want to apply more coverage, if you have a lot of acne, if you have a lot of scarring, if you have something that you want to cover up, okay, we can do it as a cover up. You can take, and I'll show you how to do that. You can take, I'm going to do just a little bit, okay, because I don't want to waste it. We're going to put a little bit on this liquid, and then this is the Liquid Touch Foundation brush. And then I haven't talked about the concealer yet, but we're going to add a little bit of concealer to this brush, okay? And then, let me get my BB cream out. I've already did my BB video, but you can also add, if you are a little bit dry, this is called the BB concoction, okay? So, or the foundation concoction, whatever you want to call it. So if you need this much coverage, like I'm telling you how to do it. I personally do not need that much coverage, but you just apply it all together. Like that's just the way to do it. If you want to spot treat, you can take the concealer, and just put a little bit on your hand, and then never touch your face like I did a while ago because I did a video. I'm doing a video, but just use a blending bud. These things are so dirt cheap, and then throw it away or wash it. Use Dawn dishwashing liquid and wash it, but always keep this clean, okay, because it's on your face. All right, so that is my take on the Liquid Touch Foundation, and now I've wasted this because I've already got it on. So I have to take me some before and afters. Thanks for watching. If any presenter wants to share this video, go back to the presenter that added you or is doing the party, okay? Thanks for watching. Bye.